like the progression of it. It's interesting because I have an idea of where it's heading, but at the same point, nothing is set in stone. Like, it's not like you can be like, oh, she's gonna find her sister safe and sound. You don't know that.
So far, I like the story a lot. Like, I like where it's headed. I feel like not a whole lot has happened plot-wise as far as my character goes, but a lot has been set up like slowly, and it's been building, and there's like the fundamentals and everything, and I really feel like everything is going to collide at some point, and I'm really looking forward to it. And a lot of that is because Ben has been keeping, I don't know about the rest of the cast, but he's been keeping me in the dark as far as like the big picture of the story, and that's also largely, I know it's by design and it's also by request, because he's offered several times in the past to tell me where it's going, especially in terms of my character Varen, but I really just want to be surprised, like, I'm not dropping any spoilers or anything. The only thing I gotta say is, once you get to the end of episode 6, dude, I'm sure you're gonna have the same kind of reaction that I had, and that's holy crap. Like, yeah.
Well, I think it's the only fucking machinima of a story in the past 2 years.
I really enjoy River, just because it does have a darker tone, and I enjoy those kind of stories more, just because you get a sense of more emotion and plot and seriousness, and, I mean, it's different than all the lighthearted or just going back and forth in battles. The darker tone is just better in my opinion, just because you learn more about the characters, and the story seems to develop better. And so yes, I do enjoy River and the story, because it's good. Very, very good.
I like the story so far. It has a lot of intrigue and style to it. It's quite unique in that it's clearly not trying to conform to another style of storytelling seen in machinima.
I think River is definitely one of those Magmas that would stand out among all the others out there, just because the storyline itself is so harsh and it doesn't shy away from tragedy. There is no blood or tear spared. There's a lot of memorable characters. You feel sorry for each one of them, or you're rooting for them, and you really find that with Kayla. I mean, Kayla, you really do want to root for her. You want her to survive and to find her sister.
I'm having a lot of fun voicing Varen. I'm not very happy with the voice, which is kind of good and bad. Like, I guess it's mostly just me being really self-conscious about it. And when I auditioned for the character, I gave, 3 different takes, 3 different voices. And I even said in the take, I really don't like this voice, but I'm throwing it out there to see what you think of it, and kind of thing. And Ben was like, yeah, that's the one. Like, damn it, that means I have to keep doing this one. But I think that I've had, my best performance so far as a voice actor playing Varen, so that's been a lot of fun. As far as my character's involvement with the plot, I want to know what my character's involvement with the plot is. Like, I know that there's something going on. The hints have been dropped almost once per episode. You really gotta look for them, but, considering the fact that it's not just, watching it. When you just watch something, you can kind of, it slips through the cracks a lot. But, me, as I read the script, and then I record the script, and I'm saying the lines, 4 and 5 times, you kind of catch on a lot of those things. So I'm real excited to where it's going to go, and I cannot wait to get the script for episode 7. I want it now.
I do enjoy voicing for my character. Richard shows up at the end of episode 3 without a whole lot of context or information, and he plays more of a secondary role to the main characters, but in episode 6 especially, he starts to become more involved. And when you're voicing a character, you appreciate the luxury of having interesting lines and dialogue that's well written to play with, which is certainly the case here.
Well, coming in as the main character after a couple episodes is always kind of interesting because everyone's so used to the original voice. I haven't heard anything negative, so that's always great. I really enjoy voicing her. Kayla is an amazing character. I want to see how she develops because going from a simple girl to kind of a soldier is a huge step, and I want to see how the progression of that goes because you don't usually see that transition. At least you don't see it done well a lot because those people are like, oh, scared little girl, and then next episode, brave soldier. There's usually not a gradual step into her learning, and that's what I've noticed with characters that have kind of the same traits as, you know, coming into a war or into a soldier. Obviously without my character, she kind of revolves on the whole plot, so if it wasn't for her being there, where would the story be?
Question 2. Do you enjoy voicing your character? Yes. I voice Shirley, and I've always, as my friends know and my family knows, everyone else knows, I like more villainous characters, the more darker, meaner, blah 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 characters, because they're just better. And so I enjoy voicing Shirley because she's just a darker character, villainous, blah blah blah, and so I'm honored to play that role because they're my better characters to voice. And I guess that also... Oh, so what do I think of my character's involvement in the plot? Well, you see Shirley here and there. She has some details that you see about her that do go into the main plot, but she's not really shown as much yet, just because she is a background thing while like the other story develops, which I totally get. So I hope to have more involvement with her as it goes on because I really enjoy her.
Ackerman. Okay, as of the moment of this recording, Ackerman has not appeared in any of the episodes yet as a voice. This is my first, episode 6 is my first episode as Ackerman. I enjoyed the lines. I enjoyed voicing the few that he had. He had kind of a sassy tone of aggressiveness to him that I don't get to portray in a lot of characters. So, yeah, I enjoy voicing Ackerman. The few lines he had in episode 6 were really effective at drawing attention to some of the more personal stories of the other characters in River. And to me, those are the characters that have the biggest potential to stand out in the crowd. Please don't kill Ackerman, Ben. Please don't do it. Please. Please. Thank you. I love you.
Cassie was definitely very fun and different for me. Voicing her was a lesson. Usually I voice quite strong characters, stern characters that require me to go a pitch lower. You get the idea. But Cassie was, with her traumatic past and her somewhat timid nature after all she's been through, she was definitely a character that I found very memorable, and I think viewers would also find her quite memorable. So I am so grateful to Ben for letting me voice her. It was a experience.
I'm not really sure what I could say that would have improved it. I guess taking more time to explore and establish characters in the beginning of a story always helps. A lot of the time this can be rushed in order to get to the main events.
Question 3. What do you think could have made the story thus far better, and why? I don't know. Honestly, the way it's going and the track that it is going just seems to be perfect. It is developing very well from other stories because, I mean, it's not like, okay, separate chapters each one. It all does connect to each other. I mean, the only thing that could make it better would be more Shirley time, but that's just me being self-centered. But no, I think the story is great so far. I mean, I just wanted to become richer and darker as it keeps going, because it's just what this story needs.
Definitely think there would have to be a Tuco Ackerman ship. Yeah, gonna have to go there. Yeah, there should be more Ackerman romance. Yep. Because, fuck you.
As someone who knows very little about Halo Machinima, I don't understand exactly where the line crosses between what is able to happen, what is not. Like, there's so many things and ideas that you want to do that you probably can't because it's just not possible in a Machinima setting. So honestly, I like to see more action, but I love the dialogue and the character interactions as well. I think one thing that I've noticed is people really like long battle scenes. I understand that they're really complicated, but that's probably it, just more getting into the battle. But I know that's coming, so I really don't have anything.
More Shirley. That's basically it. Dude, Shirley is my favorite character in River, and the voice that Elizabeth does for that character is so perfect. Like, just, it's exactly how I would imagine a character with that, friggin', I don't know if bravado is the right word, but just, oh my god, I can't stand how much, just, I love that character, and I love that voice, and it's so good, and I wish there was more. I know that she has a lot of screen time, and her plotline is actually pretty cool, but that's, I know, I'm sorry, I'm getting all worked up about it, but like, that's my answer of, like, what could have made it better. But I mean, I like where the story's going, I'm just saying. That's answering the question. That's just being real with you.
I think the pacing of the story is very good. It's great. If I could change the story thus far in any way, I can only suggest adding snippets of Claire in, because she's so vital to the momentum of the story and of what drives Kayla in this very, harsh journey. So it would be interesting to see snippets of the past, to see why the sisters have such a strong bond, essentially. Yeah, I think that would be interesting.
Definitely the bit where I got cast, finally, after 2 months of waiting for a role to come up. Ben told me that Ackerman was available, and immediately jumped on that shit, because River was the first Machinima series I'd seen in a long time that had actually been enjoyable to watch, and actually had a story that was worth listening to. So it was nice to be finally part of a project that I could really enjoy from the perspective of my inner writer.
Catching up on all the first skips to get my voice into them now. Most enjoyable. I don't really know. I guess my most enjoyable thing would just be being able to get my voice out there as a voice actress. That's all there is to it for me. I just love voice acting. Doing lines, being able to bring a character to life, seeing the end results is also amazing. If I had to choose lines, I actually really like doing the drunk lines. Probably should have done them actually drunk. They might have sounded a little better.
I guess the most enjoyable experience was recording the cast commentary of the first few episodes of River with the director and a few of the members of cast. I'm not even sure if that's coming out or not, but it was cool to have a retrospective look on the series and pool ideas about it.
I mainly read the scripts and then voice my characters, so I don't have that much involvement or experience with it. I very much enjoy voicing Shirley, because Shirley is a great character. So, I mean, that's the most enjoyable experience, is that I have such a great role to play. I also really like working with Ben. I've worked with Ben for a few years now, and it's that's always an enjoyable experience, and we get to know each other more. I get to know more how the other cast gets to like River more and their characters, so it's just an overall enjoyable to be working with River.
Oh man. Probably just the fact that after all this time, I still will get emails from Ben of Farsight Studio, like saying to me, "Hey, I've got this character, can you do a voice for it? Hey, I got this character, can you do a voice for it?" And I really say that also because I got my start voice acting with Ben, and it was just for a minor character, and he just loved my audition, I guess, and here we are today, a couple of years later, and I'm still doing stuff and recording stuff for him. I know, like I had mentioned before, I feel like I've had my best voice acting performance so far playing Varen, and just, this is a fun story, and it's really cool to do, and I know, it's just, that's really it for me. That's like that's the best part, is the fact that I get to keep doing this kind of stuff for Ben, and yeah, I really wish that I had like more of an answer for it, but I mean, there you go, there you have it. Watch the show.
Well, Ben has created this group chat to talk about River, and basically everybody involved in terms of the voice actors and actresses, they're all added there, and it's really dynamic and fun, and centered around River, of course, but there's also some joking opinions voiced, and it's definitely one of those group chats that you just like to watch silently, well, at least for me, on the sideline. And yeah, I think it's really nice to know that we're all in the same project together, and shout out to Ben for creating such a great project.